And good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Lynch. I'm the city manager here in the city of Newton Falls, Ohio. Welcome to our COVID-19 morning briefing that we do every morning, Monday through Saturday. We take a little break on Sundays, and please make sure you tune in to find out what's happening on a local basis right here in Newton Falls. We do not want to be repetitive of what the governor is doing or the president is doing, but there are certainly a number of local issues happening here related to COVID-19, and it's somewhat informational. How are businesses coping? How are the people that we used to be in touch with all the time doing, and what plans they're making so that we can see them and be with them again right here in Newton Falls? Well, one of the first things I wanted to say is congratulations to the graduating class of 2020 from Newton Falls High School. Last night at the Skyway Drive-In, an outstanding graduation activity took place. It wasn't what you would see on a traditional basis, but man, it was fantastic. Take a look.
Especially goes out to Mr. Shelby, the senior class advisor. Without him, Mrs. Rankin, and the two photography and films people that we have already thanked, all of this would not be possible. And also to the parents for helping us get this stuff organized, the police for helping us to get the parade. So a special thank you to all of them. With that said, we are going to get on with our invocation, and it's been pre-recorded. Miss Allison Sembeck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please bow your heads. Dear God, today we join with heaven as we celebrate and give thanks for every student here. Thank you that each one is unique and brimming with potential. Thank you for leading them in their learning.
And what an outstanding ceremony that was last night. That's just a little glimpse into what happened. Now the entire graduation ceremony now goes into the edit process, and I'm hoping that we can premiere it right on the Newton Falls Spectrum Channel 1023, our YouTube channel, and also on Facebook sometime Friday evening. But congratulations to those great kids. Nice to see all those shiny faces, having the opportunity to enjoy one another's company in a little bit different way, but certainly in a special way, and that is a great graduating class that we've had this year. Well, speaking of great, one of the institutions in Newton Falls that everybody knows about, if you have been in or around Newton Falls for the last many years, and that's a little place called the Church Mouse. And to see how they are faring, we have on the live line the executive director of the Church Mouse, Beverly Connell. Good morning, Beverly. How are you?
Good morning, David in Newton Falls. I'm doing great.
Thanks so much for coming on. Well, listen, we've kind of missed the Church Mouse. What's going on? How have you been coping? How have you been dealing with the donation aspect of things? And when might we see your beautiful faces again?
Well, while we've been closed, we've been reorganizing the store, and due to the library remodeling, they donated some bookshelves, and they've been quite a blessing to us. We've filled them up and moved some things around, and it's just looking great. We really appreciate that because we've outgrown our space pretty much, but the only place to go is up. So we've been trying to fill the space up above. We have started taking donations, but it's only by appointments only. We're there still handing out food pantries on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 10 to 12.
Well, that's great. By the way, if people want to make those donations, all they have to do is call 330-872-5574, right?
That's correct. Yeah, we've reduced our hours doing that. That's why we started collecting the donations from the folks in town, and we're only there during those hours. That's why we're asking them to make an appointment before they come up and just drop them off.
Beverly, I want to talk about how you've been handling other aspects of the COVID-19. But before I do that, tell folks, just in a nutshell, what is the Church Mouse for those people that have been living under a rock for 1,000 years?
Well, it all started in 1985 after the tornado, and people started donating items to help their neighbors in Newton Falls that lost everything, and it grew from that. So we're just thankful to still be there and be able to help the community. We do the food pantries, and if people need help with their utilities and so forth, we direct them to the Salvation Army to get help there also.
So obviously you are a nonprofit, but
Yes.
are you associated with a church? You're called the Church Mouse.
Yes, we're the Ministerial Society is our governing body. They give me the rules.
Mm-hmm.
They're the boss.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that is
But we're-
great.
Yeah, we miss everyone. I'll tell you that. We're looking forward to the opening up on June 1st, and that's a Monday, which we normally aren't open.
Yeah.
But due to us closing, we closed the first day of our bag sale. And if you're not familiar with our bag sale, we give you a brown bag and you fill it up for one price. So on Monday, June 1st is our first day of our bag sale, and it's going to be $8. Then Tuesday it's going to go down to $7, Wednesday $6, Friday $5, and then on Saturday it'll be $3.
Oh,
So-
my goodness.
Yeah, so that you fill that bag to the brim, and that's what you pay. And then starting the following week, we'll have all our summer stuff out, and we'll be ready to roll.
Well, the Church Mouse always has something. I mean, I've got a couple of treasures in my place that came from the Church Mouse that I know I would not have been able to find anywhere else. And I'm sure you get comments like that all the time.
Oh, you'd be surprised what we get. I have a Facebook page now, and I do post on there, and I listed some of the items that you wouldn't think that we would have. And with this COVID-19 virus, a lot of people remodeling their homes. We have lamps, and we have plumbing fixtures and electrical items and things you wouldn't think you could we would have, and you can find there. So
That is just
we got a
wonderful.
little bit of everything.
And the money goes to good use. You said you're a nonprofit and with a ministerial association. Tell me a little bit. So, what kind of expenditures? Who's the beneficiaries of the
Well-
Church Mouse's generosity?
Yeah, the money is used to buy the food from the food bank, Second Harvest in Youngstown, and that's what we use to buy the food for the people in Newton Falls. We do the boxes for them where they got to call in and state their name and so forth, and we fill the boxes according to the family size, and that's where the money is used from the store. We operate on all volunteers, and as always, we always need volunteers.
Well,
So if
so many
anyone's
great people are
interested in
there.
helping, we are open to anybody to come up and help
Yeah.
us for a couple hours a day.
And that's the same number, 872-5574, if somebody wants to serve as a volunteer. And it's always nice to have an extra pair of helping hands, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Church Mouse always seems to be there when people need help. I've even heard, maybe you can confirm this, occasionally we have someone that comes in from out of town and ends up in a state of homelessness, and the Church Mouse has put them up in a hotel for a night. Is there some truth to those rumors?
Yes, it is. And also, if the homes have fires and they have no place to stay, we put them up in a hotel or domestic violence, whatever. Luckily, we haven't had very many, but we're very fortunate. But we're there to help them.
All right. So, June 1st, I'll call it the grand reopening of the Church Mouse. And then what are your hours going to be going forward after that point?
The following week, on June 9th, we'll open at 10 till 3, and it'll be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And we're looking forward, we're having a new sign posted too, so maybe it will draw more attention to the store also.
Why, that is outstanding. Well, listen, Beverly, the Church Mouse is one of the grand institutions in Newton Falls. And, everybody that comes through downtown Newton Falls gets a warm and fuzzy feeling knowing that you're there. So thank you for what you've done for the community, all the way from the days of the tornado. Here we are coming up to the pandemic. The one constant of compassion and kindness has been the church mouse. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, good health to your family. All right, that is Beverly Connell from the Church Mouse, and aptly named because the church mouse in literature was always sort of a character that saw the good and kindly things that were being done in the church. Well, we are going to talk to another one of our businesses in town, and that business that we're going to talk to is one of the places that just gets your mouth watering as soon as you hear the name, and it's Big D's right on Milton. Let's see if we can get a hold of Ron Dillon over there. Hey, Ron, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Great. Listen, Ron, Big D's, I was just saying on the air that as soon as somebody mentions the name of Big D's, our mouths start watering. But speaking of your operations, how have you been handling this COVID-19 situation?
Got to do what you got to do. Just trying to make sure everything's clean and wiped down. And we have just running it to go business right now. We, kind of shortened our hours down, and maybe our menu kind of shortened it down. That way it wasn't so big. I have less people in there, and, the overhead's not as much. So, we're doing what we got to do.
Sure. I presume there's been a significant uptick in the takeout orders during the virus situation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people not being able to come in and sit down and eat, of course, they're still going to eat. So you're going to get a lot more takeout business, yes.
Yeah, sure. Now, Ron, we know that things are beginning to loosen up. What's your game plan? When are we going to be able to sit in there, and what things you're doing to make sure you're prepared for what we'll call your grand reopening?
Well, right now I'm doing some kitchen remodeling and dining room remodeling, so I really don't have any plans on opening up right away. I'm going to see how everything else goes. Right now we're looking at sometime in 1st of July.
Okay.
And go from there. Right now with the restrictions put in place, it's not really beneficial for me to hire more people to wait on less people, because it's just, if I gotta not have if I gotta lessen the capacity in a place for the requirements of social distancing, then I'm not going to be able to pay all the people that I need to maintain that business.
Sure.
So for the time being, we're going to strictly do carry-outs and go from there. Hopefully things change in the next month or so when the restrictions get a little bit looser. And, then we'll make that decision then. So right now, in our best interest, I think it's just to maintain what we're doing.
Well, Ron, the big feature of a Big D's, of course, are your burgers. And your burgers, in fact, have been award-winning, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. I won a few awards a couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that individuals that want to can get burgers also of enormous sizes. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much anything you want. You want a 2-pound burger, you can come in and order it. It doesn't really matter. We'll put it together for you.
Yeah, I understand you also give a cardiology referral with the giant burgers. Is that true?
Yeah, right.
Hey, listen, the other thing that everybody buzzes about at Big D's is there's a burger challenge related to some enormous quantity of food contained in one burger. What's that all about?
It's a 3-pound burger with a pound of fries and about 5 pounds worth of food altogether. You got to eat it in 45 minutes. You just got to call in, give us a notice whenever you want to try it. And if you eat it, it's free. If you don't eat it, it's $30.
And the number is 872-3150. Now, I recommend use that number to order your food out, 872-3150. And I recommend you use the number to order your food out, and not because you want to take the gigantic burger challenge. By the way, Ron, 3 pounds of burger, and what'd you say, 2 pounds of fries?
Just one, but with all the toppings in the bun, it all equals out to about 5
About 5 pounds of food, and it has to be eaten within 45 minutes to make it free. Otherwise,
Right.
it's $30. So the question I have is, has anybody ever done that?
Oh yeah, I've had a few. I've had one guy eat two of them in under 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
And
he's like one of them professional eaters. They came out one day and he sat down and he ate two of them, and then it was probably 14 minutes it took him to eat two of them.
Well, that's a little bit unfair. It seems to me professionals should be exempted.
Yeah, it was a good time though. Filled the place up. People enjoyed it.
Yeah, I imagine there'd be a lot of publicity around something amazing like that. Well, Ron, I'm glad that you have figured out a way to survive reopening for full service, maybe beginning of July. Before I let you go, I have had several people tell me that if you're looking for unbelievable fish, Big D's does something on Fridays that's pretty remarkable as well. Why don't you clue us in on that?
Yeah, I mean, we do a few different types of fish, like a pan fried fish. We do like sauteed fish. We do breaded fish. So a few different kinds. So yeah, we do sell a lot of fish on Fridays. Usually we sell out of fish, and we don't have it until the following Friday. So, I keep trying to order more and more, but I end up selling out of it every Friday. Sometimes for fish don't even last through Friday evening, and I'm sold out. It's just it's amazing how much fish I go through sometimes. Yeah.
Who is this amazing chef?
What's
Ron,
that?
who's the cook?
Oh, God. Everybody back there cooks. Just depends on what day it is. My guys can cook all different spots in the kitchen. It's what you need to have. You got to have, my nephew, Jason Nicholas, a buddy of mine, Tommy Spencer, and a kid we hired out of North Jackson, Anthony. They're back there every day cooking food. So, if you guys need something, you know where to get it.
Yeah, and by the way, thank you. You have already serviced, before the COVID kicked in, a number of our public events. And in fact, you may recall last year, Senior Service Day for the class of 2019.
Right.
Your folks did a great job, Ron.
Right. Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here in our community, Ron. 872-3150. You will not go hungry. Ron, thanks for what you've done for our community, and we're glad that you are here and look forward to the reopening in July as well.
All right. Thank you.
All right, take care now. And that
Yep,
is
have a good day.
That is Ron Dillon of Big D's. And if you've got a big appetite, get over to Big D's. Make sure you call at 872-3150, I believe is the number, just doing it from memory. And that wraps up another really business-oriented version of the morning briefing. The Church Mouse, what a great place. And of course, Big D's. Congratulations again to those kids that graduated. We love you kids, and we're glad to see you at such a great springboard into the rest of your futures. Again, the full edited down version of that graduation ceremony will be available sometime on Friday around 7 o'clock at night on cable channel 1023 at Spectrum, YouTube of Newton Falls Television, also on our Facebook page. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Friday. And I want to emphasize again before we conclude, these morning briefings do not cost the taxpayers one penny. The folks over at Gregory Films produce this at zero cost. Why? Because just look at the work they did for the seniors. You can see the hand of caring, compassion, and concern coming from those folks at Gregory Films. So they do these morning briefings at zero cost to the city. So you, the taxpayer, pay nothing for this broadcast. So continue to tune in. Stay close to your Heavenly Father through prayer. And as I say at the end all the time, God bless America and God bless the city of Newton Falls.
Samantha Young.
At this time, would the class of 2020 please step outside of your cars? Class of 2020, at this time, will you please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, indicating that you are now graduates and alumni of Newton Falls High School.